Happy 63 CWT, everybody out there. Hope you all are having a great week, staying cool. It's hot.
Yeah, it's going to be hot, very hot tomorrow.
I know it's going to be super hot tomorrow. I've been trying to refinish my deck, and it's sort of, I have to work around the 90-degree weather. We have a fun little lineup of things to talk about today. A couple things that we have been beating the drums on over the last couple of weeks, and I'm just going to start right away with that Proof and Wood tasting, which is coming up on Friday, the 11th, 7 o'clock. It's the last pure virtual tasting that we actually have on the calendar, which is kind of crazy.
Working on a new edition. A new style.
New style, that's right. Dave Schmier, who is, for those whiskey fans out there, will know him from the Redemption Rye fame. Finn and I both concluded that he must have run out his non-compete and has formed a new company called Proof and Wood. They create spirits of various shapes and types. He's obviously a master blender. And he's going to be online with us this coming Friday to go through five. I was saying four. I was like, that seems like a lot, and it's actually five. 5 of his whiskeys and bourbons. That should be pretty exciting. I don't know is there one in particular? I know you're a rye fan, so.
Well, playing to his strengths, 3 of them are rye.
Yeah.
And 2 are bourbons. So.
Yeah.
But his senator and his representative, his big boy whiskeys, between the bourbon and the rye, are really, truly something special.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying them. I'm going to have to be in a very air-conditioned room when I'm doing it.
Yeah, the whiskey will make you skyrocket a little bit.
Totally. So that is out there and available for sale at the barriquesmarket.com website. To get 5 whiskeys, it would be awfully expensive if you were to walk out of here with all 5 bottles. So we have decanted them into to-go sized containers for you. There's definitely enough for you and a friend, probably more than that.
If you drank them alone and drank all 5,
yeah, it would be
good luck Saturday.
Good luck Saturday when the productivity down. So you can pick that up at Monroe Street, Middleton, or Fitchburg. It may tell you if you go to purchase it that you won't be able to pick them up until Saturday. That's not true. If you purchase it in the next day and a half before the event, really probably any time up until about noon on Friday, we will make sure that you can pick them up in advance of the 7 o'clock tasting. And again, if for the uninitiated out there, you purchase this tasting pack, you pick it up at the store, and then we send you Zoom connection instructions. You get online with us at 7 and spend hour and a half with Dave and ourselves talking about these whiskeys and bourbons. So it's pretty great, neat privilege to be able to talk to somebody like Dave. Maybe we just continue on the tasting front.
Okay.
We've got pink stuff here too, which is, as we said, it's the last of our virtual tastings is with the Proof and Wood stuff, or at least for right now. We're doing our first in-person, so last and first here, our first in-person rosé tasting, wine tasting, which happens to be rosé, on the 18th, so a week from Friday. A little different time. We're going to run 5 to 7, just more. We're going to do some experimenting here, and this thing is going to take place out in Fitchburg. 5 different rosés. 6 different rosés. I'm just one shy.
Yeah.
Today, which is not a good sign for the rest of the day. We'll chill them down and get together at the store. Like I said, it runs from 5 to 7. Is there any of these in particular, Finn, that you are looking forward to trying?
Well, I'm super excited about trying the Fabre and Provence.
100%,
nice Provence one. And this is my workhorse.
You have
it's a liter.
Do you have that at home? Do you have a bunch of that at home?
I did.
I'm kind of excited about the one I bought from yesterday.
Yeah.
That's kind of reminiscent of the Ercole a little bit. Mm-hmm. So there's a little something for everybody if you're into rosé, or even if you have a curiosity. Rosé is far and away probably one of the most exciting wine categories, and has been for a little while in terms of growth and interest and things like that. We have so much rosé in the store.
Oh yeah,
It's crazy.
but it's I mean, I especially over in Milton. Every time I go in there, the rosé barrel is like been picked over, and you got to
Yeah.
reload, and so it's time.
Yeah. So hopefully you feel like it is time to get together in person and do a little tasting. Again, it's 5 to 7 o'clock. You can purchase your admission in advance for $10 out on the website. The day of the event, it's going to be $15, so it definitely pays to buy ahead. And it's a drop-in anytime during that 5 to 7 period. You can sort of go at your own pace. We do have some outdoor seating in that location, and it should just be a relaxing hour or however long you want to take to get through these wines. I'm sure you're going to find one that you enjoy. And
Somewhere in here, I don't know how I didn't end up having like a California in it. We ended up with 2 French. We have Germany, Italy, Spain, and Portugal. So.
Well, we'll maybe have to do it again if we keep up with this 90-degree weather. We'll have to do another rosé tasting.
Well, and there's also we had talked about doing it sparkling, and we got in some mags
Oh yeah,
of the
those things are
Quattro Chiarle.
crazy. Not Californian, but
No,
nonetheless,
no.
they are beautiful bottles.
Yeah.
So that's the in-person rosé tasting on June 18th from 5 to 7 in Fitchburg. That is in person. Don't have a mask on when you're trying to drink your rosé. It would look awfully funny. You'd have a pink looking mouth on your mask. Margarita Madness was an event we have been doing every year, since
Very first year. Very first summer.
That's right, in the wine cave, so 20 plus years of doing Margarita Madness. Last year was the first year that we couldn't be in person. We had a very fun virtual event.
Yeah.
That was a good time with our shirts and cowboy hats and all that kind of good stuff. This year we hemmed and hawed, and I think we decided that we're going to give a in-person event a go for the Margarita Madness tasting as well. So it's just there's not much better than getting to see Finn in his getup, madly bartending away. You definitely need a few margaritas after you get done with that tasting.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm usually sticky.
It's true. So that's going to be in person. We'll get the specific details as to like the wheres and the whens, but it's going to be $15 in advanced admission purchase. A little bit more expensive the day of. We're going to have probably a little tchotchke that goes to the first 10 or so people that sign up. Last year we gave away cowboy hats, a la Finn's typical getup of cowboy hat and this weird Hawaiian shirt thing, that green shirt that he wears. Woody
shirt.
There we go, Woody shirt. So that should be a lot of fun. Again, and that is Friday, July 2nd?
July 2nd.
Yeah, July
It's always the last Friday before 4th of July.
4th of July.
Yep.
So that would be Friday, July 2nd. In person, location and time, still working on figuring that out. But by the time you see this, those details will be on the website at barriquesmarket.com. And again, all that stuff under events and CWT. And where are we? It's the June 10th show. Yes, we're one day late. That's going to really screw me up.
Well, it was the whole internet thing.
Yes, we had bad internets at Barriques on Monroe Street in the neighborhood. It's like, it's the heat. It must have been the heat.
Yeah. It's like my internet at home. Whenever it's windy, I lose internet.
Really?
I don't know why. It's on a cable.
That's bizarre. That's completely bizarre.
Yeah.
So that is the run of tastings that we've got on the calendar currently. Proof and Wood this Friday, still time to get an opportunity to do that. Like we said, if you purchase that, it'll tell you can't pick it up until after Friday, but we'll make sure that happens. The in-person rosé one next Friday, and then the in-person Margarita Madness must be, that would make it about 21, the 21st annual Margarita Madness tasting on July 2nd. More details to come on that. Okay.
Coffee?
Let's do coffee. Speaking of, there are a lot of first and last, a lot of things changing right now. Had our first get together of all of our store general managers and all our management team basically yesterday, which was pretty fun.
Yep. Good to see everybody.
It was. Some of whom I have not seen sans mask. Or I
That's
very
true.
rarely, and I have to look and go, yes, that is you. You're not an imposter in our meeting. But yeah, first time since early March, and when we get together, we talk a little business, and then we drink wine, we drink coffee, we drink a bunch of different things. Well, yesterday we were cupping some Costa Rican coffee.
Yep.
We have fresh crop Costa Rican that has just come in. We were doing kind of a old versus new comparison, and it was fairly interesting because all the newbies got it wrong.
Yeah.
In terms of just trying to sort of triangulate on which was which. How do you, like, in your words as a roaster, like, how do you describe how this Costa Rican coffee might be? You know, it's not like massively different, but it tastes, I don't know, fresher is even the wrong word. It's a little more lively, I guess.
Yeah, it's Costa Rican is never meant to be like this heavy hitting, over roasted style. It's definitely roasted much more on the lighter style. It's even just a hair lighter than a Guatemalan. But it's one of my kind of favorite go-to coffees that I can drink all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just that really friendly style of cup. It doesn't beat you up. You don't walk away with a smoky cigar flavor in your mouth or anything like that. It's very a nice smooth style.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new crop, the old crop just had a little bit of a toothiness to it. This new crop is fresh, and you have no like tannic backdrop to it.
Yeah. This is a little late actually for a lot of these coffees to come into the roastery. Everything is running 4 to 8 weeks behind its typical schedule.
If anybody's dealing with shipping at all.
And they're all sitting on ships outside of ports and things like that. In fact, we would normally have probably 4 or 5 other new crop coffees in the store that are literally just kind of getting here now through the next like 3 or 4 weeks, all of which that are 6 to 7 weeks past when they normally would show up. So there's a lot of really pretty cool coffee that's coming. But the Costa Rican is out there. The typical deal that we've done for CWT is buy 2 get 1 free, and it's $27.90 is what the cost is for that. So that's a huge discount off of the regular like $40 and change that 3 bags would cost you. It's just a simple item you purchase, and you get that free bag when you buy the 2. So if you're into light roasted coffee, you want to try some of the freshest stuff that is in the roastery right now. The Costa Rican is a great option. I personally, I dig the Costa Rican. All right, let's talk maybe Cabernet.
Sure.
Cabernet. Have you been to Sicily before?
I've not been to Sicily. I've been very close. I look across.
Oh well, fair enough. And oddly, Cabernet from Sicily is what we've got. What we're going to talk about today. Musita. I had not realized. I mean, obviously, that region of the world has seen a lot of activity over the centuries. I didn't really realize like how much of a like crossroads it really.
Oh, it totally.
It really is.
Yeah.
But literally, if you pick your, who's in charge from a strength perspective over the centuries, like they've probably been to Sicily and conquered it. Normans, the Greeks, the Romans, the da 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 da.
Well, that's the funny thing about this village is that you have these Arabic kind of sculptures on buildings and things like that, but then there's Norman like fortifications, and but it's a really gorgeous hillside town.
Yeah. So the wine is the Musita Cabernet. It is I think you could say it's 90 degrees out. What are we drinking Cabernet for? But it definitely I think one of the defining characters, besides the fact that it has just interesting terroir characteristics to it, is its sort of medium body.
Yeah.
This isn't a punchy in the face Cabernet.
Yeah, this isn't heavy duty oak or anything like that. I was trying to find, a good summery cab that isn't like gonna, pound you or really be high in alcohol.
Yeah.
One that makes you sweat. And so I was looking for something that was really smooth, but really this cab, the beautiful thing about it is that it really captures all those great cab flavors. Blackcurrant, blackberry, cassis,
Yeah.
kind of flavor profile, and it has that really nice kind of density to it.
Yeah, it's like incredibly flavorful, but it's interesting because it does sit reasonably lightly on the palate.
Yeah.
We might want to I even throw a little bit of a chill on this thing, and it's really
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with putting a little chill on your red during the summer.
for sure not.
Or pull it from your cellar, when it's at cellar temperature.
$14.99. So this is Wall 100 priced typically, but it is a incredible deal at the $12.99 price that we are rolling it out this weekend. And, sent out to our email group yesterday, and now just more broadly available. It's really like if you enjoy Cab, or you just enjoy like a really smooth, easy drinking red wine, the Musita Cab, you can't go wrong, and it's kind of a neat story coming from Sicily itself.
Yep.
I'd love to get over there. It sounds awfully interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think last but not least.
Yeah.
Last but not least.
Considering the heat.
This is, yes, maybe the most, well, I don't know. We got rosé and we got margaritas in here.
Might have been a year ago that we did this too.
It must be very close.
Very close, yeah.
We did a Death Store, I guess a gin and tonic tasting pack back at the, right as we were coming out of the Safer at Home business. So we thought we'd do a little bit of a redux minus the fruit and greenery. Last time we rolled this thing out, I believe we threw an orange and some mint in there.
Yeah.
Is I believe what the deal was. But the Death Store gin is been a mainstay on our shelves for a long time. We've got the liter bottles here, and
since 2005.
In 2005, that's
Yeah.
right. Now owned by the folks out in Cambridge, the Dancing Goat folks. Which, if you had an opportunity to join us for their virtual tasting, that was a total hoot. That was great. And Fever Tree Tonic. So you got your starter, I would call it, to the mainstays of your gin and tonics that hopefully you will all get an opportunity to partake in this weekend over ice, nice and cold, after you get done staining your deck like me.
Well, Death Store Gin is, it was originally built off of out on Washington Island, and they do a really nice core distilling, and then they mix it with Washington Island juniper and fennel and coriander. And the suggested way of doing their gin and tonic is actually with orange and some express mint. And that's why we had done that kit last year, because it really does bring out that really nice fennel and coriander and juniper flavors, and it's a super refreshing drink.
Yeah, uber.
Yeah, and if you live in Madison, really, it's super easy to get out. If you want to go see an awesome distillery and see their new rick house that they built, which is, I think, the first one in Wisconsin. It's crazy to see like this huge whiskey rick house.
Yeah.
So easy drive.
Yeah, and those guys are great. Fred Swanson, who's been a longtime supporter of Barriques and regular on the show, and helped us with a bunch of different events we did this past year, is their brand ambassador, and they're just a great bunch of folks out there. And it's Cambridge, so it's really close.
Yeah, I mean, if you live on the west side of Madison, you're less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty
go past your Harry golf course, turn left.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're packaging up the liter of Death Store gin and the Fever Tree 4-pack of tonic for $39.99. So pretty nice discount off of what those two things would cost if you were to buy them individually. And it's just a great way, you want to pick something up quick to make some cocktails for yourself this weekend, for you and a bunch of friends, now that you're able to hopefully get together.
After staining your deck.
After staining your deck. Yeah, I know. I'm literally sore from all of that. Can't wait till that's over. But that's a wrap. That's the lowdown. What are you going to do this weekend? We have I think we have kids sporting events officially starting.
I got family in town. And yes,
Then-
and a swimming event.
What's Finn doing with the flask? I don't really know. Don't ask. Thanks very much for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you next week for episode 64 of the Rich Coffee Wine Treats.
Stay cool.
Stay cool. Have some fun this weekend, and we will see you next week. Cheers.
Adios.